it's me. I'm back. It's Courtney, back for another weekly episode of the Diamond Within podcast. I'm so excited for you to join me today and hope that everybody's having a good day. It's the new year for me. Where I'm at, we're all having a new year. So thank you so much for joining me. And I want to tell you a story of something that happened to me a few nights back, I want to say, but I thought it was worth sharing because when I reflected on it later, I was like, I think this is worth sharing. So the story I want to tell you is first, let me back up a little bit by prefacing what happens to me with some of my health issues. So first, January of 2023, I had a thyroidectomy because of thyroid cancer and autoimmune disease, and that was deemed the best line of treatment by my ENT doctor at that time, to get rid of the thyroid cancer, and so that I didn't end up having to chase thyroid hormones with the autoimmune disease, Hashimoto's and Graves. So one of the pesky side effects of this whole health journey has been skin picking, and it's left terrible scars on my jaw and on my neck on both sides. I've got scars over here and one up here from terrible skin picking, and I've never been able to exactly pinpoint what causes it. But there have been times where I get stuck for up to an hour or two, sometimes more, because it's so bad. And I think part of it is related to the autoimmune side of it and the not having a thyroid part of it, where there are times when my medication may not be metabolizing as well. And so I've noticed on days when it's not, or half days when it's not, it's just really bad. And my brain fog is bad, and anxiety is bad, and other pesky symptoms are just like really, really bad too. So on the rare occasion, it will sometimes flare up in the middle of the night. A couple of nights back, I got up to just go to the bathroom around like 2:30 in the morning or something. And it unfortunately flared up. And I was stuck. Just standing in my bathroom. Found a spot on my chin. It just wouldn't stop for about 30 minutes. I do try to stop it. I just feel like it's a lot like some kind of autoimmune thyroid storm that I can't. It's really, really hard to stop. When I finally calmed down enough, I've got a bloody spot on my chin, wherever it was on my chin. I thought, okay, I'm going to just put a little piece of toilet paper on it just to cover it so I can go back to sleep. And I had the idea, you should put a Band-Aid on it. But I didn't listen. And I went and got back in bed and immediately laid down and fell off my chin. So, all right, fine. I'll get up, go get a Band-Aid. Okay, I should have listened. That was lesson number 1. And then I'm lying there and I had a hard time falling back asleep. So I'm tossing and turning. I had the thought in my head, you should go get one of the oils that you use to help you sleep. And I'm oh, I don't want to get up. I just want to see if I can fall back asleep. I just want to see if I can fall back asleep. But I didn't. Really, I was kind of maybe in and out, but not in any deep sleep. So I'm okay, fine. I think it was about an hour later. And at this point, I'm tomorrow's probably not going to be a good day, because past experiences taught me that whenever I have nights like this, my medication doesn't metabolize very well the next day. So sleep has been something I've been trying to dial in on and make sure I get a good sleep. So I get up and I go grab one of the essential oils that I like to use, and I'll either rub it on my feet or back of my neck, or I'll rub it on my hands, and it just seems to just calm the nervous system. And I've used it several times during the day. Sometimes if I'm feeling more anxious or having these pesky symptoms, and that seems to help calm me. So I got the oil, I used it, and I ended up falling back asleep. All right. So And these episodes have been going on for a very long time. There's nights where I've been stuck for even longer than that. And it just is so mentally and physically draining. I get so tense and my hands get really sore sometimes, and my fingernails, like my thumb, gets the brunt of it. Sometimes this one. And it's very annoying. It's been one of the peskiest symptoms of this whole health journey that I have. And give me 1 second. I'm back. I want to show you where I go into great detail. This is the book that I wrote. If you've been following me, then you know I've been doing plugins for my book. I cover it in great detail, much more in my book and what I've learned through this whole health journey. But you're going to have to go and get it on Amazon for yourself if you want to know the full story. I'm back. So, this is what I learned from this little experience. I was reflecting on it later. I thought, that seems like it was some kind of exercise in revelation. I am a firm believer that God speaks to his children if we are willing to listen. If not, call it inspiration, call it divinity, call it your conscious, whatever, call it your subconscious, whatever fits well for you. But for me, I was like, okay, I had 2 instances where I had a thought and I did not follow through with it first, like the first time. And I should have. I should have it was dumb, stupid little things like just put a Band-Aid on, that'll stop the bleeding. And like the toilet paper didn't stay. And I'm like, I should have done that first. And then I got the thought to go get that essential oil that I like using. And I didn't. And then reflecting later, I'm like, what if this whole thing was just a mini midnight exercise in Revelation where God uses moments like these, the moments of purification, the moments of intense heat, pressure, of anxiety, of despair, to teach us a lesson, to teach us little things here and there. And for me, it just felt like he was using it to teach me to listen better. And that was kind of an eye-opener for me. Like, maybe this is how God uses these experiences for our good, to turn something that's uncomfortable or painful to ultimately work for our good. And now it's like I'm trying to pay attention to those, those little things, and to follow through with them. So I feel like it was a very eye-opening experience for me. And yeah, I think I did end up having a kind of a crappy next morning, but it's just part of the process of learning to deal with this and adapting and continuing to adapt with my health issues and challenges. So I challenge you, my call to action is to see where maybe God or divinity or an universe is trying to teach you little things, or use those hard moments to just whisper something in your ear, or to give you some kind of, maybe it's a drill, maybe think of it like a drill exercise, or something to teach you, something to help you be more patient, more compassionate, humble, whatever it is, right? Just pay attention. See what you get out of it. And you probably won't get it until you're looking back, right? It's usually in those times when you look back on it, when it's like, oh, I get it now, right? Okay, so call to action again. Pay attention to those little moments. Look back and see, what did I have to learn through that? Was this ultimately for my good? And I think when you look back, you'll see that it was for your good. And that it's just another part of the purification, refining process of life, so we can all become that shiny, bright diamond or gem, or silver if that relates to you, or gold, They're all trying to be going to be purified and changed to become your best self. But it happens one little hard time at a time, one struggle, one challenge. And it's hard. It's uncomfortable. But I promise, as I've said many times before, it's all worth it. And you're going to shine bright and be unbreakable. Anyway, hope that was helpful for you today. Thanks for listening to my story, and I'll talk later. Bye.